Hey everybody, welcome to the Clear Shots podcast. Today we have Josh on the show. He is another one of my co-workers from the power plant. Jake's known him for a while, so we figured we'd have him on. It's a very drunk podcast, so I'm going to warn you right now. We had a lot of weird audio issues today. It took me like an hour to actually figure out like why the mics weren't working, and then when I listen back to this thing, Jake's mic echoes a little bit, so I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But it's not bad enough where it's super unlistenable. But either way, it's a very drunk podcast. We talked about basically what you'd come to expect from us: a bunch of sports and some video games and music. Just the usual shit. So we got today's part and tomorrow's. I think it's about 2 hours total, and we also have a little bit of a change to the theme song, which you're going to hear in a second. I added in the terrorist line, the Clear Shots line that we actually named the podcast after. It's from the video game Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and I just thought I'd throw it in there. It's a little bit of a fun addition. It's the same theme song, but anyway, enjoy the episode.
Don't give them clear shot. Don't give them clear shot. Don't give them clear shot. Don't give them clear shot.
What's your question?
If somebody has celiac disease and they go down on a girl with a yeast infection, do they get sick?
I think we already talked about this, but not on the show. And I don't believe...
Is it not the same yeast?
Is it? I don't know.
I gotta turn that AC
Is it
on.
active yeast?
Why you turn the AC off?
Dude, it's blowing right into my fucking face.
Yeah, but you can't turn it off. It's gonna be hot as fuck in here.
Can I turn it down?
Turn it up. If you turn it down, it's just gonna get colder. It's gotta.
There it is.
I mean the fan.
Are you dumb?
Yes.
Ow, why is it opening up? Oh my god.
It moves. It's oscillating.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
oscillating.
think I just tore my rotator cuff.
It's oscillating like one of them fans.
That's impressive.
To move the air around.
Alright.
Jesus.
So, we got Josh. Josh and I, you and I have known each other for about 10 years now,
Approximately.
which is scary.
It really is.
You used to have long hair, I used to have a bowl cut, and I was a registered dwarf. Now we both have short hair, and I'm a registered sex offender. How?
Now, when does your registered dwarf status expire? Like, how long do you have on that?
What do you mean?
Like, how long does it last? Like, when you get your dwarf license, how long does it
Like my
before it
question. Okay,
expires?
so like if your license says organ donor, will it say dwarf on it, or does it not need to? Or do you think it just says ha? It has their height, and it's like 4'9", LOL.
Put these in a child.
It has that. It has
Okay,
that.
6'9". 6'9's fingers.
Oh my god.
That guy's like,
Images that I don't need in my head.
I mean, he's like, when you look at that guy, he's everything that's wrong with like
Rap.
Yeah.
Literally he's like I'm gonna make. He doesn't even have an album. His album is, I mean, okay, this is gonna sound so stupid, but his album is all of his singles put together. But normally you'd have like 6 or 7 songs that are like connected with like a theme. But he has like 5 songs, and then a remix he did of his own song is his album, his debut mixtape, and it sold like hotcakes.
Oh, of course.
And and everybody I know that knows about him, that are in that demographic of like still buying albums because they're not smart enough to pirate stuff or have Spotify Premium or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty smart for that.
They all hate him. So I mean, granted, we live in Oswego, so I don't think there's a lot of people that like his style of rap. You're literally the first person I've ever, like, one of the few people I know that actually likes him like I do.
Oh, really?
I actually like him. he's a bag of shit off the mic, but like most rappers are actually awful people.
Yeah. I'm actually getting pissed. I don't know how people like this shit, this new rap. Like, it's fucking just not.
It's not. There's not even any substance to it. But that's what I like. It's like it's just it gets you, like he said, it gets you hyped up.
All of it.
That's all it is hype music.
Exactly.
And he's like DMX. DMX is purely hype music. Besides, like, you know, actual a career. But like, if you break down DMX, people are only gonna know the hype tracks. So maybe 6ix9ine will eventually release actual content. I don't think he will. The motherfucker.
Why don't? It's not. It's not. Is it rap or is it hip hop? Like, what is that? If it's hype music, it's not really in either of those genres. Because hip hop is more.
Yeah,
trap music is more hype music.
It's
like
trap rap.
Is that what trap is?
I think so.
Because I don't know what the fuck trap is.
What is trap? Do you know? What's the difference?
Someone Google trap.
Rap versus trap. Don't Google traps. If you're gonna Google traps, turn your safe search on.
You're gonna. You know, tiptoe through the tulips.
But that's not trap music.
No, there's a trap remix.
Yeah, I keep hearing the word trap like it's a genre, and I still have no idea what it actually is.
Trap remix.
You kids and your smartphones.
Trap instrumentals are percussion reliant. Rap is the delivery. So yeah, trap music would be like hype songs.
You ready for this bullshit?
No, I'm not. It sounds Oh, okay. What?
No,
this is not what I was thinking it was going to happen.
No, hold on.
It's just an intro.
It's the build up, you know.
Oh, it's the build.
Right for the breakdown.
Oh, and then there's a gunshot and they go hard, right?
Yeah, that's trap music right there. That's in a nutshell. Yep. Like Kevin Gates is who I think of when I think of trap. Like 2 phones and
So it's Tiny Tim and then a gunshot and then hype music. That's
it's
what
like
trap is.
It's like if you're playing Madden and they have the song that plays during the highlights, that's trap music. Dude, I've been getting into soccer, sorta, because the World Cup's coming out. Well, Pro Evolution Soccer is on Game Pass.
You know, I can't talk, though. It's like, there's so many fucking, like... I was thinking about this yesterday. It's like, there's a bunch of people that like hockey. There's a bunch of people that fucking watch pool or watch poker or something. Yeah. I can't talk shit because I watch baseball. You know? People fucking think that's stupid as shit, too. It's boring. It's like, it's not really any different because...
The only sport that I can, like, legitimately defend is football. And that's because, to me, it's the most American thing out there.
Football is like... It has, like, there's breaks in the action, but, like, it's still, like, it still holds your attention enough. Basketball's pretty fast-paced.
Yeah.
But it's also fucking dominated by specific teams now.
Yeah. The way basketball is in America is the way that soccer is in Europe. It's the same team for a dozen years, and then it's a different team for a dozen years.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, I was reading about how in Spain, La Liga, for the past, like, 30 years, it's been, like, 4 teams have won all the championships. But I don't like soccer because they don't do championships. They do... Every team plays each other twice. Whoever has the best record wins the title.
I don't know shit about...
And that's the weirdest shit to me.
I don't know shit about soccer.
They don't do a playoff. And I don't like that.
Well, I don't know shit about it, but I know that there's so many different leagues and shit. And, like, I would not know what any of the fucking teams are. Like, I'd have no idea. Like, I know
American soccer I like to watch because it's where legendary players go to finish their careers. Because why would you not want to make millions of dollars playing soccer in America?
Oh my god, for sure.
Like they signed.
You got to run a lot though, dude.
Yeah, but still,
it's a tough job.
There's
that's
like
solid
surefire Hall of Fame player. Zlatan Ibrahimovic plays in America now. He's 36.
Can you repeat that?
Zlatan Ibrahimovic, or Zlatan.
You spell that?
Yeah, Zlatan Ibrahimi Vich. I don't fucking know. Fuck you. But,
Vich.
He's like 36, 37, and he's wiping the floor with, like, America's best players. It's hilarious. The motherfucker...
Are you allowed to do that? I don't know the rules of soccer.
Yeah, he's wiping up the sweat. But yeah, so like players go there as soon as they don't like. They'll be like, if you don't give me a really good contract, I'm just going to go to America and play. And they're like, fine, go to America. And they're like, you say that like it's a bad thing. Fuck you. You know, come to the land of school shootings and cheap beer, dude. Fuck y'all.
Well, Bill Burr was talking about how he likes the CFL too, because it's like guys that were like just about to be like good enough to be in the NFL, but still really fucking good players.
Like Trent Richardson.
And the rules are a little different too.
Me.
They only have 3 downs.
Yeah, they only have 3 downs. It is a little different. So I don't know.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
the CFL,
Canadian
football. Yeah, it's fucking weird, dude.
Snow Mexicans.
It's so sketchy.
I mean, it's Canadian.
It's 3 downs. The end zone is like 20 yards wide, and the goalposts are right in the middle of it.
Wait. Oh, in the middle of the end zone?
Yeah.
Well, they used to be like that.
They did.
They weren't in the middle, but they were like at the front of the fucking end zone, which is the dumbest idea.
Like the end zone was it used to be the end zone was any area behind the goalposts.
Yeah. Which it's isn't it like that in rugby though? I think that's how it is in rugby.
Yeah.
Rugby fucks my brain up.
Yeah.
Like,
I tried to figure out.
Confusing to watch.
I tried to figure it out. I spent like 2 hours trying to learn the rules of it, and I was like, you know what? I still don't understand it.
Dude, that doesn't even compare to cricket. Have you tried to learn how cricket is played?
Isn't cricket's like similar to baseball in a way? But
you would think that cricket seems like this is the best way to describe cricket. It seems like a bullshit game that your elementary school gym teacher made up. And it's all somehow it's like the most popular sport that's not and like internationally besides soccer.
Yeah, it's like playing mat ball or something.
I was just thinking that, dude. Oh my god!
What is it? There's 2 bases. Yeah. The ball is the size of a golf ball. The field is anywhere. Like as long as you hit it, it's in play. Mm-hmm. And the field is like it's like the size of a soccer.
Wait, so
pitch.
if you like foul tip it, it's still play.
You can like there's a guy that made his whole career based on hitting it behind him.
Yeah, so you could foul
tip
it. Like, so if you
just getting contact.
It's just contact. But like the thing is that games take like you know how in baseball they play a 3-game series between 3 days. They play 1 game over the course of 3 days. They play 24 hours. They do 8 hours a day for 3 days. That's the whole game. And then like in the tournaments, like the international tournaments, games can last days, like a week.
That's interesting.
It's weird, dude. And they have 2 different leagues for cricket, just like with rugby. Like they have rugby league and rugby union. One of them's 9-on-9, the other one's 12-on-12.
It seems to me you would get punished for making good contact because like you'd be hitting it towards defenders.
Yeah, and if you hit it out of the park, it's not as good as in baseball. I think it's good, but it's like not as good.
You just get a high five.
They just see it happen. They're like, it's all right. it's kind of good, I guess.
They don't wear gloves. That's the craziest thing to me. They don't have gloves in cricket. So motherfuckers are catching the ball straight off the cuff.
Some hard son bitches.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Catching a golf ball that's going 200 miles an hour or some shit. You play golf, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Those things hurt.
I've never played golf. Have you ever golfed?
Yeah.
How is it?
It's not that fun. Because
it's
only fun.
Hit it well.
Yes,
because you just
blast
it.
It's like, golf and baseball are very similar in that when you make good contact, you don't feel it at all.
Yeah,
you do not feel it, and it's just perfect.
Yep.
And that's the best feeling because you're like, oh my god, I'm a fucking pro. But then in golf, what happens is the ball you make great contact. But then it slices, and it goes into the fucking trees anyway. In baseball, that might be a good thing because you might hit it into the fucking gap, and it's a triple.
That's how I felt with fucking tennis. With tennis, when you feel like you're playing like shit, that's when you're actually playing the best.
Yeah.
When you're not thinking about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, always, yeah.
Tennis was.
Tennis is cool. There's like a lot of ways to hit the ball that people don't recognize.
My favorite thing about tennis was everybody plays differently because it's a 1-on-1 and 2-on-1 sport. But like playing doubles was probably the most fun because there's so much teamwork with the other person. Because at least in high school, it was your doubles record will also affect your singles record.
Okay.
And I don't think it's like I know like when they do the ATP tour or whatever.
So then you're always getting pissed at the guy that fucks up on your team.
Yeah, well,
which would be me.
Yeah.
The lucky
like,
thing
what
was
the
that
fuck, dude? My singles record. You're
well,
fucking it
I think it
up.
was like
KD, dude.
it was like your winning percentage in tennis. Like say you were 4-0 in singles, but you were 2-2 in doubles. That could ruin your chances of making sectionals for either. You had to be good at both in order to make it to the playoffs.
It's like if someone plays on your account and they fuck up your KD. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. And
it's like
and
I can't have
join
people,
the clan. You have to be a 2.0.
I can't have people play on my account and anything because I want to have my stats. I want to know what I've done in that game, not what mostly what I've done, and then a couple games of someone else.
I don't even play Call of Duty enough to actually get like
Call of Duty.
Dude, that Call of Duty is getting a bunch of shit apparently. With the DLC model for this next game.
They've been getting a bunch of shit.
I guess it's worse. I guess they have the base game, and then they have the base game. They have the base game. They have Deluxe Edition, and then they have the base game with Season Pass. So normally, if you buy the game and then say a month down the road you buy the Season Pass, you get all the maps. Nope, you can only get every single map if you get the Deluxe Edition. If you want every single map, you have to spend $100 up front and get the season pass because there's maps that only deluxe players will be getting. So when you play the game, it'll know if you're a deluxe player or not.
It's getting.
You know what the worst part is that the people that play Call of Duty don't care because everybody I know that plays Call of Duty. That's the only game they play.
Yeah,
and it's fucking weird.
But it's similar to me. Like I pretty much only play Destiny when it comes to shooters. So I'm like, okay, I'll pay for the fucking expansion. Like, so what? Like, they're gonna still do it. It does get fucking ridiculous, though. Like, it's like, you have made these maps already. These maps should be in the game. So why are you making people pay another $60 fucking for something that you've already done? It's already part of the game. What DLC should be is shit that's made after the release. Mm-hmm. That's always how it was.
Yeah.
But now it's not. Now it's just,
I remember,
it's what it is it's cut content. It's like a director's cut of the fucking game.
Yeah, I don't buy multiplayer games anymore, really. I just don't have it in me. I bought Destiny 2 when it came out, and I got burnt out with that way too quick.
I don't play multiplayer games very much at all, really. I mean, Destiny's all multiplayer, technically, but I pretty much play all PvE, so it's not... Yeah. It's like I'm not playing against... There is a new mode, though.
Away from
what? What do you play usually?
Dude, I haven't even turned my PlayStation on in a minute.
Really?
The thing is, I just get sick of being competitive in every game, like trying to win every single game and being a tryhard. Yeah. It's like it just gets exhausting. Sometimes you just want to fucking play a game.
See, that's why
PUBG. I mean, I still play that, and that's pretty competitive. But other than that, it's like really everything's pretty relaxed.
I mostly just play sports games. Survival horror games. Like I think I actually have like over 2,000 hours in 2K, and I don't even like basketball that much. Like 2K, I would say
sucked into that though.
I'd say 2K and Madden. 2K and Madden. I'm playing like. Well, I was telling Seth yesterday. We were talking about Madden, and you were like, "Yeah, I only have like 2 franchises usually," and I'm thinking, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I have a superstar franchise in Madden, then I have a coach franchise in Madden. And then on the flip side, I have a league franchise in 2K and then a general manager. And I'm doing all of them.
I can't.
And then I also just downloaded Pro Evolution Soccer and I'm doing a fucking general manager mode for that too.
See, what I do is I usually do one franchise.
I'm fucking autistic when it comes to that shit, dude. I can't stop. I fucking love the micromanaging, like adjusting players' contracts, trading dudes away, like...
I do that.
Building a team from the but I get addicted to it.
I mean, I like doing that too, but it's like I like having those things actually affect my franchise because it's the only one I play. So like when I make a trade, I have to make sure that it's gonna fucking be valuable to me. I usually what I do is I'll play and maybe like do a franchise for 4 years or whatever it is, relocate the team, play around with it or whatever.
You play every game, right?
Yeah, every single game, and then. Eventually I'll be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back and start another one.
Yeah. Like with 2K, I only play I do national televised games. because the way that it works is it only televises games that have like severe playoff implications. Because there's I'm not gonna play 82 games of 2K plus every playoff game. But when I do get to the playoffs, I play every playoff game.
I've been playing so much MLB The Show, and I have one franchise, and literally I've played 3 months of games, and that's it. And that's a lot of games. And they're like 45 minutes apiece.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, shit.
That's a lot of fucking games. And it's like, I scroll through the calendar and I'm looking at my schedule. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even halfway through the fucking season.
Yeah. That's the best part with fucking FIFA and PES. I'm addicted to it already because games are 12 minutes long. 6 minutes a half. Dude, I grinded out like an entire fucking group stage. Group stage for this tournament I'm in PES right before work. Like, I started at 2 o'clock and I finished the entire group stage by like 3:30, and I'm like, okay, yep. So I don't have to play this again for like another day. I can get an entire fucking like, I can get like 4 or 5 games in within like an hour and a half.
Well, it's like in any of them, you can sim games. Like, if you don't really want to play, you can sim games. But I like to be able to see like what my players have done and base what I'm doing in the franchise around how their performance is and shit.
My favorite thing in Madden is when the computer values players that you don't use. So it's just like, oh, they want to trade for this guy. He's a 79 overall and he's your second string defensive end. Well, fuck it. I don't need him. Give me like a 3rd and a 4th round pick. Mm-hmm. And then just bump up one of your rookies or whatever. The micromanaging from Madden is insane.
Yeah, and plus, like, they're always getting experience anyway. What I like to do is if I'm in the lead in like the 4th quarter, like the last 6 minutes, 8 minutes or whatever, I'll put in my second string, all second string guys, and they'll start getting experience. And that's nice because then you're building up like backups. So if you lose somebody to a contract or something, you're gonna have somebody who can step in.
Yeah. See, I found a fucking glitch in the matrix for Madden. Is that offer players ridiculous signing bonuses and shitty salaries, but give them 7-year contracts.
Yeah, you can do it. They're always accepted.
Yeah, dude.
I've never done that, but I know that can happen because I watched some kid on YouTube.
It makes me like, it's so unfair. And like maybe that's like, and I'm not gonna not do that. Like, if there's a player I want to keep, I'm gonna fucking give him just like, okay, if you sign this contract, if you sign this contract, you'll get $20 million your first year. Every year after that, you're gonna get $500,000, and you're stuck here for 8 years, fucker. And if you know, fucking A. The one game I'm sick of, dude. I don't even play it, but I'm fucking sick of Fortnite, man.
Really?
Do you play Fortnite?
Not as much as everybody else in this video, but
I can't get
it's so annoying.
I can't get into it, but I hate that it's infecting everything.
Because it's free.
As soon as
it's free, dude. No, it's
as
literally
soon as I can't stop.
It takes no effort to download it. It's like
it reminds me.
It's on every platform.
Yeah,
it's on everything. Yep. So you can just be like, I want to play Fortnite now.
When League of Legends got super popular, remember that? Maybe like 6 years ago, League of Legends was everywhere.
Yeah. It blew the fuck up.
Yeah. And now every developer and their mother is making a battle royale game mode.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last, dude. Like Konami spent all that money making that survival game for Metal Gear, and that was only like a year and a half, like 2 years ago. Survival games like DayZ and H1Z1. Everybody was playing that shit. And then all these big companies came out with them. No, I don't want that. Because you want...
H1Z1 Battle Royale is free.
It is now. It never used to be.
I downloaded it and I was like, well, this is like not a good version of PUBG. Like, basically, that's what it is.
Like,
the only game the AK sucks.
The thing that pisses me off, too, is that, like...
Stupid.
People are talking about, oh, I can't wait for X developer to make a Battle Royale game. Maybe then, people will stop playing PUBG. And it's like, no, dude.
They make Rocket League.
Rocket Royale. I would play
it's
the
just all demos. You just demolition everybody.
Yeah, but it's like...
Blackout's making a Battle Royale?
Yeah,
everyone has...
Battlefield 5.
Battlefield 2?
Battlefield 5 is going to have a Battle Royale mode.
What?
But it's like, the new Battlefield looks weird.
Now...
I want to try it, but it looks weird.
The thing is, like... that could go over though. That's the thing.
Battlefield
With
5?
Battlefield 5 in a battle royale mode, it could go over because that's a AAA title. Like people know it. People know the name.
And it's a pseudo-realistic shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the most realistic out there, but it's the best you're gonna get from AAA.
Like it could fit into a battle royale.
Yeah. I would play the fuck out of some Rainbow Six battle royale.
Dude, I mean, Rainbow Six Siege basically is that. It's like a small version of that. Close quarters, 4 guys on a team. Like you get 1 life per round. It's pretty. It's the same in the sense that you have to be very aware of your life. Like you can't die.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful and shit.
Yeah,
and I like
sure.
that. I like that a lot.
See, and that's why
It makes it so much more fun.
It forces you to strategize and be a lot more careful than being like a fucking Call of Duty running.
Oh
gun.
yeah, just straight run and gun, bomb rush everything.
I mean, that's fun too at times. But
Call of Duty I found was the most fun when I was hanging out with the boys and we were just slinging back beers. We had 2 PlayStations going at the same time.
Oh, hell yeah.
And just every game we rotate the controller.
Yeah.
That was when Call of Duty was the most fun. And, when I was like 13, playing MW2.
We did, we played Search one night. Every time we died, we'd have to shotgun a beer. So,
I mean, games weren't
Imagine how that
really,
went.
they weren't super long or anything, and the matchmaking was quick because there was a lot of players.
Yep.
So you could get through a bunch of games pretty quickly, and you really didn't have any downtime because you're constantly running, and as soon as you spawn, you're running into somebody.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think MW1 and MW2 were the best because you always had something to work for.
2 was great, yeah. Cause
2 like they're like I can't like my sister plays Fortnite, and she's talking about collecting all these emotes and I've never played it. And collecting all the stuff basically is like the main reason.
Yeah,
and
that I actually don't understand.
I was telling her,
but those things are just cosmetic. Like at least in Modern Warfare 2, you'd have perks that you could work.
Well, I was getting into. In MW2, they had the challenges, and you could get emblems and titles, and that was like the coolest shit. Like I remember, getting on, and I remember they had a challenge where you had to win 25 team tactical games in a row, and you got this special title. And I remember getting on the weekend, and it was me, Nate Gorman, Nick Boone, and Sam Sapka. We got on, and we legitimately played from Friday afternoon after school until, like, Sunday afternoon, trying to just win 25 games in a row to get this challenge, to get this title.
Imagine getting 24 wins and then losing.
Oh, my God.
I think that's how Destiny's the trials things work. It's like a competitive mode.
Yeah.
And you're, like, 4v4, and you have to win X amount of games without losing. I think it's like 5 or whatever. Okay. You kind of work your way up, and if you lose, you're fucked because then your rank goes all the way back down.
Dude,
oh no shit.
So like you have to win consistently.
Yeah.
So you have to have like a party of kids that like are good. Yeah. That's part of the problem too with a lot of games is people don't have like a group of friends that
you can't get a full party on anything anymore.
And if you want to play with your friends, it's like you always have a couple friends that aren't that great at the game.
Yeah,
it's like you're not gonna be a competitive team. You got to meet people online is what you got to do.
Yeah.
People, that's the problem too. Is nowadays everybody has their set friends and nobody has. I remember getting in. I remember like PC is still like that. Like if I play.
Stand up, boys.
You're good. But you and I talked about this probably when we were playing one of the Halo games the other day. Fucking. I remember getting on Modern Warfare 2, getting on a Friday after school, had Little Caesars for dinner because that was every Friday, and
Little Caesars Friday
I'd have like a little bottle of Mountain Dew, and I'd be on MW2 with me and we'd have a ground war lobby, me and 7 of my friends, after a whole week of middle school or high school, whatever it was, and it was just the coolest shit because it was like these are my friends at school and we get to play video games together. But what was even better, I still remember these 2 guys. Their names were Bird Hunter and Stranger Danger. And they were brothers. I think they were half-brothers. And they lived in Canada. And they met me on Call of Duty. And I remember being friends with them from MW1 all the way up until I got rid of my PS4.
Classic
so that's
Bird Hunter,
that's like fucking 8 years, 7 years. I was fucking consistently playing any game ever. Always in a lobby with them.
Yeah.
And you don't get that anymore. People even when I played PUBG or.
I mean, you can. Last night I was
like, I got World War II, and like people would not have their mics on in game. They all had the little symbol that they were in a party.
Mm-hmm.
So like you would never meet people.
Well, I leave my party open so that because last night we were playing PUBG, we played squads, and there was 3 of us in the party, but we started and some kid joined up with us, and he just joined my party, and we just were talking to him, and he was some Russian dude, but it's like, that's the only way you can do it now is to leave your party open and let people join.
Yeah,
it's
that's how we met fucking Hazard Oasis.
Because like I remember Halo 3, you'd like join a pregame lobby and everyone would have mics on, all 8 players or whatever it was, 10 players maybe, and everyone would have mics on in the pregame. They'd be talking shit.
Yeah, dude.
And you'd be able to meet players.
That was
like part of everything.
That was like the fucking golden era. It was like 2000. It was like 2006 to like 2011 was the golden era for like shooters.
Yeah,
because you had fucking Gears of War, you had Halo 3, MW1 and 2, World at War, Black Ops 1.
Oh, World at War.
Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2, Battlefield 3.
Yeah, I remember I had
those
a video.
wicked sketchy free to play games.
Yeah,
like Loadout.
I had a video of like a bunch of us playing Halo 3, and every time we'd join like a pregame lobby, we'd just start screaming into the microphone like, immediately because they can hear you.
Oh yeah.
And then they had proximity voice in Halo 3, so like if you're yelling and
you're
getting closer to somebody, you just hear somebody go. And somebody's near you.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, yeah.
That would piss me off so far.
I think they're adding proximity voice to PUBG too. So like if you're not in a party,
it's in the PC version.
Yeah. So like if you're talking and shit, you're fucked because that's like half of the game is listening.
Well, Alien Isolation is like that. If you have a mic on in Alien Isolation, the alien will fucking find you.
Yeah. You can't talk. You can't make any noise. It's sick.
Fuck.
That game is great.
That just sounds terrifying.
Have you played it yet?
No.
You ever seen the Alien movies?
No. Oh, yeah.
You got to get Isolation, dude. It's the closest thing to being in the movie. It's fucking terrifying.
And what's cool is like you have weapons. You have weapons, but like none of them are really that useful.
No, they just scare it away. Mm-hmm. You never kill it. Yeah, you never kill it.
Yeah,
you just scare the alien away. But the thing is if you scare it away until you get to another safe zone, which there's very few, the alien will be more pissed. Like if it sneaks up on you and you fucking torch it with a flamethrower, it'll sprint away, and then like you better get the fuck out of that immediate area.
Vengeance.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
dude, I love like crawling in the fucking vents and hearing it running around like gum gum gum, like hearing the metal like he's in the vents with you and shit.
No.
And fucking what I love to do is throw like a noisemaker out and get the alien to come into the room with all the enemies in it, and he just slaughters all the fucking enemies.
Yeah, dude.
And you just watch it happen.
There's fucking areas where like there'll be like 4 or 5 like humans
if they're humans
that are like hostile.
Yep.
And you could throw like a noisemaker or a fucking flashbang. I like doing the 1-2. You throw a noisemaker and you hear the alien go from like 100 yards away. You just hear like
clink 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 him running through the vents.
And then you throw the noisemaker, or no, you throw the flashbang right after that. So the fucking humans are like, oh my god, and then they just get ripped.
Wow.
I didn't beat that game because I used so much of my equipment just fucking around.
It gets really hard. It actually does. I haven't beaten it either. I'm pretty close to the end.
It's super long. It's like a solid like Wes beat it. The first time he beat it, it took him like over 20 hours, and this is like a solo like survival stealth game.
Oh.
I've been playing it like every once in a while for like probably 2.5 years. I'm never gonna. It's perfect because you can just keep going back to it, and it doesn't really. It's such a long game that you don't really. Number one, you don't really get bored of it, and number two, it's like fucking. It's never gonna end.
Yeah, the game kind of cheats because part of the reason it's so long is because you spend half the game going one way, then the other half going back.
Kind of.
You have to do a lot of You have to do a lot of backtracking.
Mm-hmm.
I hate doubling back into anything.
But it makes it better. Because,
but it's always it's weird because it's procedural like it's not really the same every time.
No.
Like you don't really know where it's gonna be at all times. Like there's been a few times where I've gotten to spots where I know where the alien's gonna be, but most of the time you really have no idea. You
the
have to
shittiest
just
part
listen.
is that the more you use your motion tracker, the easier it is for it to find you.
Yeah.
Because it can hear the.
Oh God.
And then if
It'll
you're in a
fucking
fucking like
a locker.
a locker or something, you have to like hold your breath.
Yeah. And if you hold your breath for too long, you go.
The
Rips the
alien's
door open, fucking rips you in half.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
dude. I started playing through Resident Evil 1
That just sounds terrifying.
again. I have
Holy
the Resident Evil 1 remake. That game, I literally talked about it on one of the podcasts. I was talking about how every time I go to start that game again, it's fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And every time, like, the first, like, 2 hours of the game takes me so long because I'm so scared. Because you don't have any equipment. You have a knife and a pistol. That's it.
Oh, you're good.
But then once you get a
you'll be
bunch of fucking weapons and shit, it's fine. But that first, like, hour and a half, 2 hours. Like, Resident Evil 7 was the same way. The first hour, you're fighting one guy that you can't kill. He's just following you and talking shit the whole time. And then you finally...
I had never played that one, but
Resident Evil 7 is
Drinking
really good. It's you
gin
can get
and
it.
Lemonade out at Janie's house.
Yep.
Oh,
Fucking Tom Collins.
That was a good night.
Yep. Yeah, that
Pink Tom Collins is where it's at.
Because Swamp pre-ordered it, we picked it up, and he came right over.
Yep.
And we were playing Resident Evil 7, and it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I heard it's short though. Like,
Yeah,
kinda
it's
short.
only about 8 or 9. You could beat it in one sitting, like first try. I'm not kidding.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I remember I got it. I mean, I only played the first couple hours with Swamp, but I remember I got it, and I got to basically the end of the game in like one night. Like starting at
Holy shit.
at like 4:00, and I went from like 4:00 to midnight, and I was at the last chapter. I started up the next day, and I beat it within like an
Yeah,
hour
there's a
or
thing
two.
about horror games where I can't justify like spending $60 on it because I know I'm gonna play it once and be done.
Yeah.
It's like with Alien Isolation, I paid probably $20, and I know like when I bought Outlast and Outlast 2, they were like $20 or something like that at the most.
Outlast that's like. No, go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. I was gonna say Outlast is one of those games where it's just the atmosphere is unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much the enemies or anything, but like
Yeah, because really
the
the
aesthetic. Because
Yeah.
you're watching, you're basically like. You ever seen the movie The Descent? One of the scariest movies ever made. It's where this group of girls go fucking cave diving, and in the cave are fucking demon.
The trailer
fucking,
for that thing was unreal.
Fucking like monsters and shit, and it's in night vision. Same with Quarantine.
Oh god.
Quarantine's the same way. So night vision immediately makes you think, "Oh shit, what the fuck am I gonna see?"
Yeah, because a lot of things, anything that's relatively far away from you is pitch black, basically, and anything that's close to you is fucking super bright.
The problem is
gonna
too,
fucking, and it's green.
Yeah, things that are far away that are looking at you, you see their eyes first.
Yeah.
That's what is scary. Is that in Outlast that you'll have the missions where you're legitimately pitch black.
Yeah,
They
And
can't
them
see you.
fucking-
They can't see you, but they'll
hear
be
you.
fucking staring at you.
They'll hear you, though.
Yeah, they'll hear the shit out of you.
Yeah, there's a lot
Especially
of
when you reload
sections.
the batteries. Outlast to me got really shitty when you made it outside and it was in the pouring rain. And there was the big pig guy chasing you, and it's like, this is fucking so stupid. You don't even know
Man,
where
bear pig?
you don't. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that was. That
You
was
don't know where to fucking go.
Yeah, it was just a little confusing. What you do is follow the fence. Just follow the fence until there's somewhere to go. But it's so dark that you really can't see anything. And in that part, I was out of batteries too, so it was like I was fucked. Because you run out of batteries if you if you can't find where to go. You're like, as when you have night vision on, your battery drains.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's pretty much unlimited. But it's like, if you can't figure out where to go and you're looking using night vision, you're going to be out of batteries.
Yep.
So you're fucked at that point.
God damn.
I heard the second one was weird, but it was like extremely anti-religion. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't that like okay.
It was basically a religion that was just slaughtering people and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it
they
was
made it
pretty
a
fucking
point to
weird.
like the moral of the game was just be an atheist.
All right. goddamn.
It was way cooler. Outlast 2 was way harder than the first one though, because
it was harder. Yeah,
I didn't really like it as much. I didn't like being in the fucking swamp. Like
the first one's not that long.
Churches and shit.
First one isn't that long either. You know, you really could. There was the hardest difficulty was you basically can't get touched at all because you'll die, and if you do, you go back to the beginning of the game. So like it was like not long enough where like it was short enough where you could do those kind of runs. Like they made it possible for you to do. And if you've played the game enough times, you know where guys are and how to get through certain areas.
Yep. It's just like Amnesia. Amnesia is probably the scariest game I've ever played. Not tied to Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 3 and Silent Hill 3.
I played Layers of Fear.
Little Big Planet.
That
Layers of Fear.
It was like
I don't like
it was short, but it was okay for a fucking game that was basically free. It was free for me actually. And you have Game Pass. I think it's on Game Pass.
I have it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know what to do.
I used to just play PT and take a shot every time I went back through the door.
Oh, dude, PT was fucking terrifying.
Yeah. It's kind of similar in a way though, where you keep coming back to the same place. Because in Layers of Fear, you keep coming back to
204863.
Is that what it is?
That's the number from fucking PT. It's my fucking social security number.
That would be even scarier. It's like your fucking it's like your phone number, your PIN number for your credit card.
No, it's that's my PIN for my fucking phone.
Yeah, little do you know that's my bank account and my PIN.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
But in Layers of Fear, you'd keep coming back to the same room with the painting in it, and it would keep getting like new layers of the painting onto it every time. It kind of reminded me of PT in that way, where it's like a recurring room, and you keep kind of going back. And
I don't even think I got that far.
You didn't get very far then.
No.
It's really there's not much to it.
I didn't know where to go.
I don't even know why.
Dude, PT.
It's just walking around that whole game.
Yeah.
Really.
PT. I remember when it first came out. I remember I must have been like 17.
The thing about that is it's like as soon as you know everything, as soon as you know what to do in every section, it takes 2 seconds.
That was the fun part, was like
figuring it out the first time.
I remember we went to
shitless, getting locked in the bathroom.
We went to Brandon Trail, and we had a guys' night, and we fucking the living room there used to have a home theater surround sound.
Oh,
like they had the little mounted speakers behind you, or they had like the mounted speakers and a subwoofer behind you. And then,
dude, I want to get one of those so bad, but it's like it would be such a pain in the ass to run the cables around.
Oh, for sure. And that's like a good system is like $800, which probably isn't a problem, but
it's I don't know if I want to pay
such a hassle.
Much.
Yeah,
and it's and setting it up is a pain in the ass. They have Bluetooth ones now though, but those are probably even more expensive. Yeah, but, I can't imagine they're perfect. They probably have some lag, like audio lag. I would imagine so, at least.
I just remember PT, like, it was scary, and I remember getting to the part where you can hear the lady going, whatever noise she makes. And I remember we were sitting in, like, I don't remember who was playing. It wasn't me playing, but I remember being on the edge of my seat, and I was like, oh my fucking God. Pitch black, surround sound, fuck this thing, every time. Every time. And, like, be on the edge of my seat, and she starts getting way louder, and somebody goes, just look up, and she's like hanging over the railing.
Oh yeah, the second floor.
When she's up top, we freaked the fuck out when we saw her up there, dude. We didn't even know that there was.
Yeah.
Dude, we didn't even know that there was a second level, and we look up and she's just staring at us, and then you make eye contact, and she laughs and walks away, and I'm like, Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Game,
she doesn't really move that much, and then when you do see her in the hallway and she flies at you super
Dude,
fast,
I hate when
that's
you
insane.
see her. When you see her and she looks at you, and then all the lights shut off, and they turn back on, and she's gone.
Yeah.
And then she's staring at you through the window.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, PT.
Like, stop,
I will never be more mad at a company than I am at Konami for ruining PT. Metal Gear Solid can fuck off. I don't care that they ruined Metal Gear Solid.
It's not even that they ruined it; they just didn't ever fucking do it.
Well, yeah, and that's why I want to get Death Stranding, because Hideo Kojima is saying that Death Stranding is basically what he had planned for PT before he got the axe.
I don't buy it.
But at the same time, Death Stranding looks way weirder. Death Stranding looks like a fucking David Lynch film.
From E3, it looked like a walking simulator where you have like a fetus on your fucking belt. Like, I was like, what is going on?
What?
There was one spot in the E3 trailer where, okay, so the entire E3 trailer is him walking around in various areas for like probably 5 minutes. You gonna be okay?
It right inside of itself. You ever have that happen?
Pulling Johnson out real quick.
Yeah, where your dick like gets stuck inside of its foreskin.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, I got 5 skin, but
Right.
I mean, I don't have a foreskin, but sometimes I
Oh,
So basically, he's walking the
real
entire
ugly.
fucking trailer, and he gets to this weird part where some weird shit happens, and he fucking goes to his belt and turns on a fucking baby. Like, he literally turns on a baby. Like, it fucking... it's like on his belt like a fucking... it's like this weird, like, sack. You just broke the whole thing. And it wasn't on there very tight. I want to protect this table.
I want to protect this.
But anyway, it's fucking like on his
some wipes on it.
His like utility belt thing, and it's like a sack that's like this big, and it's got like a fetus in it.
Got a fanny pack with a baby in it.
Yeah, and
he turned on a baby. Was it Bad Baby?
It turns on like a light. It's really fucking weird. It doesn't make any sense. And I don't understand where he's going with it. It almost seems like he just wants to make it look weird. Like, that's the whole point.
Dude, did you ever play the Metal Gear Solid games? They're the weirdest military games I've ever played. Like the first one.
Yeah, but this is like...
I think it's supposed to be a psychological thriller, but I think he's going way too weird with it.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to go over the top weird with everything.
He's trying to be like over the top Japanese, like how they get with their fucking movies. Like fucking,
Yeah.
He's way too Japanese.
I already know what you mean.
Yeah, I was... as soon as I started thinking of it, I started thinking of Korean films, but it's the same East Asian idea.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
I was thinking of I Saw the Devil. You ever see that? Or Old Boy?
Yeah.
Those are weird fucking movies. Old Boy, you watch it, the first 20 minutes is like a fucking Japanese beat-em-up, and then the next hour and a half is like an extreme gore thriller. Fucking sketchy shit.
Yeah, that movie was alright.
I Saw the Devil is good, but it's just...
Alright.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Mm.
You ever see that movie?
Oh, God, what was it? Like the first Day of the Dead, I think.
The devil.
Like the goriest fucking zombie film ever.
Is that the one where the dude gets his head pulled off, and as his vocal cords are ripping, his screams get higher?
I think, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Day of the Dead's with the military, right? They're on a military base.
The only reason I actually know that movie is the Wage Slaves by Also Perry. Is that Also Perry? Yeah. They put that over little clips from the movie and stuff. Dude, it's fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Do you like horror movies, Josh?
It was the best. I fucking love horror.
You ever see Sinister?
Yes.
You ever see It Follows?
I was 3/4 of the way cocked.
You probably watched it. You probably watched it at my place. Honestly,
probably. Actually, yeah.
We probably watched it at my place.
No, for sure. Yeah,
100%
definitely.
chance.
It's a good movie. The Babadook is good. Starry Eyes is great.
Babadook was decent.
Fucking Babadook.
The Babadook was annoying mostly. It was like an annoying thing. Like, dude, that little kid
literally pissed me off.
You spend 45 minutes bitching about the kid, and then all of a sudden it flip flops, and the kid is just trying to like play with Legos, and the mom's like, I feel so bad for him at the end. She fucking snaps the dog's neck.
It's fine, man. You've never.
It's just like,
can't act like you've never done that.
Oh, you. Oh, pretty puppy.
to me, I don't watch many horror movies because to me, I can't ever remember them. I can't remember them though. Like they all blend together for me. You know, like they all seem to have like a similar style. And when someone asks me if I've seen this movie, I recognize the title, but I could not for the fucking life of me tell you the fucking synopsis.
You gotta, like, the indie horror movie scene is the best it's ever been. Because AAA, even AA studios aren't gonna fucking publish a horror movie. Because it's, like, horror is such a niche market now, because all people want to do is watch comic book shit.
Yep.
And, like, movies with every protagonist as a woman, because 2018. Like, Ocean's 8. I saw them coming out with a new. I saw they were coming out with a new Ocean's movie, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. I go, Ocean's 8 is in a prequel. I've never seen the other ones, but I've heard of them.
Yep.
And I look and I'm like, oh, she's in this, she's in this, she's in this. I'm like, is this all chicks? I go, why? I'm like, oh, the Ocean's franchise isn't even that big, and you're turning it all into women, and nobody's going to see it because nobody even wanted a new Ocean's movie, even if it was going to have Matt Damon. like they were bitching about it on Mindy, the Mindy Project lady.
Yeah, it's like when they did the
Ghostbusters
007 Skyfall and shit. Because remember when Skyfall came out, the 007 movie that didn't have Pierce Brosnan, and people were
Casino Royale. That was the first one. There was one that was pretty, like, maybe 5-6 years ago, and that was called Skyfall, and it fucking it wasn't. I think it was called that, at least. I don't have any idea, but. It was fucking, it didn't have Pierce Brosnan, so it's not James Bond. So, like, why are you still milking this franchise? Like, no, James Bond's different because they've been making...
I can't do it. It has to be Pierce, dude.
No, he is him and Sean Connery are the two best.
Sean Connery's great.
But, no, 007's different because it's like every decade they pick a new guy to do the movies with.
Eventually, they're just going to have The Rock.
Dude, you have no idea. I didn't even think of it until just now, but I would love a 007 movie produced by the WWE. Like, every single actor is a WWE superstar. Like, dude, Daniel Bryan is 007, and then Triple H is the Russian bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, and they typecast Rusev as, like, the Russian assassin. And he goes after Daniel Bryan in the beginning of the movie after Daniel Bryan's done having waffles with his daughters, and he puts them on the school bus, and he walks back in, and he hears something upstairs, and he's like, oh, there's something upstairs, or something. And then he goes up the stairs, and he sees Rusev there, and he's, like, smelling his fucking wife's dirty panties, and he sets them down, and he goes, where'd you find those? And he goes, over there. And he goes, my wife's been dead for 20 years. Give me those. And then they smell the panties together, and he's like, so what's up? He's like, I'm here to kill you. And he goes, who hired you? And he goes, HHH. That's his name.
Yeah.
It's 007 versus
Yeah.
And they fucking go off. And
as soon as they smell the panties, they know.
The way that they pander to the social justice warrior crowd.
Oh God!
Is that they make, instead of 007 killing Triple H in a ridiculous, over the top fashion, they turn them into gay lovers. And then they direct Ocean's 9 because that's the only way you could get me to watch another Ocean's movie that only stars women.
See, I would see that. I would go see that. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I just don't understand there's a bit of a plot hole. There's a couple of plot holes, but I mean we could iron them out, I guess. I just don't get how smelling the panties gets him to figure out what he's got to do. You know, like
no. They connect based on that, and he's like, "Damn, your wife's crotch smells great."
Oh, okay.
And then he's
so
like, let's team up. And that's how they also pandered to the fucking cuckold fetish crowd.
Right, yeah.
Is he finds out his wife, in fact, has not been dead for the past 20 years. She's been held captive by Triple H. Okay. And they save her. And then Daniel Bryan jerks off in the corner while Rusev fucks his wife.
Yeah, I can...
Coming to theaters 2019.
Yeah, I feel like that would draw in all sorts of crowds. You know what I mean? It really does, like...
Directed by Ron Jeremy.
It does.
Produced by the Weinstein Company.
Oh my God.
They go to the red carpet afterwards. They're like, Stephanie, how'd you feel about being Daniel Bryan's wife in the movie? She'd be like, I don't remember.
No.
Yeah, we should probably book a movie deal here.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, I get so many weird movie ideas, and I just
It's
write
out
them
there
down
now.
and I laugh.
Oh my god. Did you bring a book of them over?
I've always wanted, like, I wish I had,
I could.
I wish I
We
had
can
the
act it out right here, we're
budget.
good.
Like, I wish I had a budget to be able to make fake movie trailers. Like, just trailers for movies that'll
Yep.
never be made.
It's
Because
like the opening, like
That
the,
would be
like the,
awesome.
like the
That would be
opening,
so-
to, like the
so
opening
awesome.
to Tropic Thunder. How
Yeah.
like the first 5 minutes is all fake movies.
Yeah.
That's what. Okay, so
Because
this
like
is
you
what
could just
bugs
come
the
up
shit
with
out of
movie
me.
ideas and make trailers for them, but never make the fucking movie. Because people love trailers anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trailers are fucking amazing.
Just
Most of
make
the
a
time,
pilot.
trailers are better than the fucking movie is.
Yeah.
just make a bunch of pilots for shows
Yep.
that'll never come out.
Yeah.
Like this is what the thing is
Just hit after
like
hit after hit.
I'm following the NBA offseason right now. They're talking about all these players that are qualified to get max contracts. And like Kawhi Leonard, if he stays with the Spurs, he can make $220 million in 5 years. But it's all guaranteed. And
So
I'm
he
I'm
is
sitting
one
there and
of
I'm thinking to myself, dude, if I like even if I was like a JJ Redick, like short white guy that only shot threes, he made $23 million this year. I would take at least $1 million and just kickstart some random shit. Dude, I would be the most philanthropic Kickstarter guy of all
Full-on
time.
rapist.
I would go go on Kickstarter and I would just fund the shittiest projects. Just here's $1 million. They're like, why are you giving us $1 million? And I'm like, make Danny Trejo the lead. He'll fucking do it. He'll do anything.
You just go, isn't it obvious?
I sign the check and the subject that says Danny Trejo Fund. Danny Trejo's salary.
Dude, movie trailers are great, man. Everyone we make has ninjas in it for some reason. Like, it
In
always
the
has to have
background,
ninjas.
and it's in the background like the aliens from South Park. You have to fucking
Yeah, they're
find
just in
them.
there. They're like, where's Waldo kind of thing.
Yes.
I feel like comedy movie trailers suck though, because they always give away all their punchlines.
Yep.
Like, they always give away the good parts.
See, the
That's
thing is
every bit of
is
the draw.
both
Because
you're right.
you know what the shit's coming when you watch the movie too.
Yeah,
You're like,
yep.
oh, here's the part from the fucking trailer.
The Simpsons
that
movie.
tag movie.
The Simpsons movie was completely ruined by the trailer because it spoiled Spider Pig.
Oh,
Dude, Spider
yeah.
Pig would have been one of the funniest things ever,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
that was the whole trailer.
But
I
they
would've
want
been
people to go,
on the
so
ground.
it's like they want people to go, so they give away all the good shit. And it's like that's
Yep.
the worst fucking idea.
That's why, like, people at work get mad at me because they're talking to me about all these movies that, like, I don't watch. I tell them, I go, I don't watch movies. I watch horror movies.
Mhm.
But, like, I don't watch new movies. I refuse. I'll watch them after the hype has died down.
Mhm.
You know, like, granted, this is way
I
older
have a
than
piece
a new
of
movie.
trailer trivia.
But
'cause
I like just watched. I just watched the Terminator movies like last summer. I had never seen any of them. Same with Blade Runner. I had never seen Blade Runner.
I've never seen Blade Runner. either.
Watch it. It's so good.
All right.
And apparently the second,
Okay.
like the sequel, is even better. But I haven't
I
seen
hear,
that yet.
yeah. I was talking to Joe at Wes's the other day there, and he was saying you got to watch the first one, then watch the new one, because if you watch the first one, or if you watch the new one, you're not gonna like it.
The
as
thing
much.
with the first one, I think I was talking to you guys about it too. The first one it was made in like '85,
Mhm.
but it looks so good. Like, I can't even explain how. Like, it looks like it was made. If I cut out the title crawl or whatever, and I just was like, "Hey, Josh, watch this movie,"
Mhm.
you'd be like, "Dude, this is fucking awesome! Like, how'd they make this?" And I'm like, "They made this 30 years ago. Like, it looks that good." And that's the first
No
one. I
shit.
can't even imagine how good the new one looks.
yeah.
Like Ridley Scott as a director might not have the best set pieces or the best script or cinematography,
Mhm.
but like it's the same thing with Alien. You could watch the first Alien movie and you would think that it was recent because it just looks
Yeah.
good. Like it looks clean.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna cut this off in a minute, but my favorite fucking movie, one of my favorite movies, is The Master of Disguise with
Man,
Dana
that's so
Carvey.
fucking
Oh
upsetting.
yes.
Every time
And
you
most
say
people
that.
don't know that
Are you
in the
turning
trailer,
for the
when he
turtle
does the fucking turtle thing, he doesn't do that in the movie.
Really?
He only does it in the trailer. And most people don't even fucking know that. And that was like the big draw for some reason to the movie, because that turtle line.
What?
And he doesn't even do it in the fucking film. It's fucking weird. But he does at the end, like during the credits, they show like a bunch of outtakes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that movie for some reason.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
There's the one guy that fucking farts like in every scene because he farts every time he laughs.
I give you guys that look for liking Master in Disguise, but I also am completely enamored by Kung Pao Enter the Fist. That's legitimately one of the best movies I've ever seen. You ever see Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
What about Teeth?
What about Teeth?
No one wants to watch that.
The fuck do you mean? What about Teeth? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about this edgy. Fuck you.
I knew that was gonna be a night ruiner.
You ever see Grace?
Nope.
Will and Grace?
No.
All right, let's take a $5. I think that's enough.
That might be a good idea.
Once we get into Teeth, I think we should.
Things are about to get heated.
Yeah. All right, we'll do another hour or so probably.
Yeah, you're about to hear a brawl.
We'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gents. Clear Shots Podcast is available on any of your favorite podcasting websites or applications. You can check us out at clearshotspodcast.com to hear any of the episodes. Also, follow us on Facebook. I think it's facebook.com/clearshotspodcast to get there. And you can also check us out on Twitter at clearshotspod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.